All right, we'll jump into it. So yeah, freaking last week, videoed it in 4K, 60 frames, and then my phone died an hour and 44 in, and so it missed like the last 30 minutes. And my phone has never died recording any of the episodes. So I was like, what the hell? That's weird. And then I was like, oh. I was like, damn, we didn't switch it. We didn't switch it to freaking regular. Because I have a default on 4K. I don't even know why. It's so unnecessary. But just all it is just gym videos in 4K. That's it. Like,
gotta get that picture quality in.
As Candace would say, jar. Have you seen New Girl?
New Girl?
Yeah,
No.
Never watched.
New Girl.
It's okay. You never watched it either? Oh, fuck this.
You're on Long Island here.
So there's a character in there named Smith that has a douche jar, and he has to put money in there every time he says something douchey. And so the gym videos in 4K, jar. Anyways. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
How are you?
Good.
That's
happy
good.
to be on the podcast.
Oh, I'm happy to have you here, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have you here. And
first
for
podcast.
For you?
Yeah, for me,
Oh, podcast virgin.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you remember, I was actually supposed to be a potential podcast host.
That's true.
You. Yeah.
That's true. Damn.
How things deviate.
Damn. I know. Freaking Reggie too.
Yeah.
We kind of had. That was the beginning, and we had a little sport talk show on Twitch, and I feel like that was fun. I feel like it would have went pretty well too. But schedules conflicting, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But
it's good. It's just good to see you getting out there because I don't see too many people like that I know, or just people from Texas, or like just anything that I can like link to. Like, hey, they have a podcast. So that's why I was like, that's dope.
It's kind of tough. That's why when you were like, what are we gonna talk about? I was like, I'm kind of over the COVID talk. Just because
just being alive, so you got over it at this point.
Dude, well, it's just like it weighs on me, and it's like it's such a touchy subject for so many people.
Topic.
It's
like
buzzy.
It should be simple, but it's like so much extra political.
It's all
religious.
It's all politics.
All types of stuff thrown in there. Yeah,
it's all
so
politics.
I don't got a problem with that.
Yeah, and so I was like, and so I had Jonathan Hildner on. I don't know if you remember him from high school, but I had him on.
Sure.
Yeah, he went to high school with us. He was a grade behind us. Yeah, he graduated.
I was a grade behind you. I was 2012.
Okay, yeah, so he graduated with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know.
So he graduated with you, and I had him on. So he's running for Congress next year. I think the election is. The election, and so
super nice.
that was like the whole conversation. And there's some things in there that I wish I would have pushed back on more, but then there's also some things that I said in that podcast 6 weeks ago, because I think it comes out this week or next week, and that I'm like, I don't even feel that way no more. And so that's why I'm kind of done with the politics for a little bit, just because the episodes don't come out for like 6 weeks after they're recorded, because we have so many stacked up. And I'm like, I'm kind of done with politic talk for a little bit. I just want to kick the shit with my people. Like, it's just, because then, like, 6 weeks later, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, fuck, I don't even feel that way no more. Or it's not even true no more. Or it's been disproven, or vice versa, or whatever. And I'm just like, it weighs too much on me. I'll be fucking up at night, like, mad anxiety.
Yeah,
and so, like you say, like, putting yourself out there, it's kind of weird. It's weird people hearing my thoughts, especially because we get into like some deep talk.
And then it just like, it's kind of just like sits there. Like, that's what you think about this. Like when it's like, you can get more information, your opinion can change.
Exactly. And I try not to be like attached to anything that I say or like any opinion. So it's like, I don't want people to hear one episode and then not ever listen to any other episode because I said one thing in there where they're like, ooh.
You got to kind of have like a loose opinion almost, like
for sure. But hey, introduce yourself. Also, thank you for coming down. Thank you for driving. We could have done a virtual one, but in person, I feel like in person
just so much more fun. It looks better for you and for me, so it's just like I'll do it.
It's so much more fun.
First podcast.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I appreciate you driving down.
Yeah, for
introduce yourself. Say what you want to
say.
What's
up, y'all? Dominic Gulley here. DJ, realtor. I guess just a people person. I know Jordan
a mad
from back
extrovert.
In the day. Yeah, exactly. Introvert / extrovert. I kind of go in both bags.
I feel that.
Yeah. That's pretty much,
I feel like that makes the best people, though.
Yeah.
People who are introverted extroverts.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I've I mean, I started off as like a super introvert. Like, started off like, I mean, shit, you know me, even from back in the day, I kind of like branched out more. Like, I kind of just used to just stay to myself, just be more quiet.
Dude, how cool is it? Opinions, but sophomore year, so we had what, two or three science classes in a row.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it was like 2 or 3. I know we had biology and chemistry together.
We had biology and chemistry together.
I don't think we had physics together though.
No, because I had moved. If that's physics is like junior year, right? Mm-hmm. I had moved away, so I had moved to Kentucky on my junior year.
That's right, you did leave.
Yeah.
Wait, when did you come back?
I came back to San Antonio. I came to San Antonio, so we were in Killeen then, but then I came back to San Antonio in 2013. Yeah.
Okay, so a year after you graduated.
Yeah, a year after I graduated. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, dude, that was cool, man. That's like the one driving force that really keeps me going with this, because like I said, all that politics stuff kind of weighs on me. But like this is what drives me. Like it's cool. Like I had Elva on. I don't know if you remember Elva.
I remember Elva, yeah.
But I had her on 2 weeks ago. That was super cool. I hadn't seen her in like 8 years.
Yeah.
So that was dope.
Yeah, that's why this podcast is cooler to me, because it's like I get to see people that I kind of, even if I didn't like necessarily talk to them, that I kind of just knew, and it's just like
you just knew of them. Yeah, you just heard of them or knew of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Killeen High School is producing some like 2011, 2012. Those classes are producing some studs, dude. I mean, for sure. I don't know if you still keep up with Quincy Hall. I have him on Facebook. I haven't talked to him. I need to get him on here to do a virtual one, but he's officially a defense attorney. Passed the bar. Nice. He's officially practicing law. I think he's 26, 27. So that's super cool. That's super cool. And we always knew he was going to be so successful. He's just so smart.
Exactly.
So smart.
I remember a dude that we went to school with that used to be my good friend in middle school. Like, remember like Ryan Dallin? Like, we had a little group in middle school. He pretty much became like a rocket scientist, like working at like NASA. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I'm like, damn, like this dude I used to like copy in middle school. Like he used to have like an older brother that used to always get into trouble. Like he was just like a regular dude, and then but he always did his homework. Always was like a straight A. Like. But he'd just hang out with everybody, and then he's like fucking a NASA scientist and everything. And I'm like, man, that's dope. Everybody's past went crazy, like different.
It is crazy, and it's so cool to see. Like you got Norman up there in Dallas doing his thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Fashion, music, and then I got getting Leo hopefully on here soon.
Oh yeah, Leo's been coming up. Leo's been killing it,
crushing it. Dude. He won a music award.
Exactly, all out in LA.
Dude, all those photos that he just posted yesterday from the studio, all those professional photos, clean. I was like, damn. Just we know so many people from Killeen. Like we used to like talk shit about Killeen, and while we were there, you know, and we were like, da 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 da.
That's because the city, there's not much that the city had to offer, but there's a lot of dope people in the city at the time. Like,
there is. Like, there's so many people. There's so many people that we met there who I still keep up with, who I still talk to, who are still good friends, and who are all just doing awesome stuff. This Friday, I have Natasha Garcia.
Okay.
If you remember her, I have her on. She's been playing football out here, so she's been doing that, and then
that's cool.
I don't know if I have any other Killeen people coming up. I got to start scheduling again. My schedule ends in like 3 or 4 weeks. We run out of people, so we gotta start scheduling again. But dude, so came back in 2013, and then what do you fill in the hole? I mean, we've kind of linked up since 2013, but fill in the hole for the people who are listening who haven't seen you since high school.
I mean, 2013, I came back. That's when I started to become the extrovert. That's when I started getting into all types of stuff, just kind of finding myself, because it was kind of like I used to be scared to like put my opinions out there. You know what I mean? Like I've always been like a cool person that people can relate to, but I was always more of a listener. So that just kind of turned into, all right, I'm putting my opinion out there. I'm doing my thing. And I just kind of started to connect with people like that. Just was kind of bullshitting for a while, going to be honest, until I like moved to Austin and found real estate and everything. And everything's just been a steady grind from there. Just started getting into DJing. Been making music. Yeah, that's pretty much my thing. Just chilling. Man.
How's the music thing going?
It's going cool. I'm not at a point where I do the music thing for like to release. It's always been more so like I just love music so much. Like I've always just been the who's that artist, who's that DJ, who's that producer type of dude. So that like that's where my like even making music comes from. Like would you say I got files out there on people's computers, but
would you say it's kind of like a relief for you, like just like a stress relief? It's not necessarily something that like you I mean I imagine you want to put it out at some point, but it's kind of one of those things, or maybe, but it's kind of one of those things that you just do that just makes you happy. You just do it for you.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like I do it because it's like a release, and like you said, it makes me happy. But it's like I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of people that make music that it just kind of comes from a place where it's just like, let me come up and let me make money, and then like let me try to make the best song that I can, like especially today. So it's just like I don't want to be caught in that type of headspace. So I kind of just I'm just like a silent, patient person with my music. Yeah,
you're just doing you.
Yeah,
I respect that because that sucks. It sucks that that's kind of the market and kind of the age that we're in, where excuse me, you got to be kind of clickbaity. Mm-hmm. You got to be kind of mainstream, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah.
In order to kind of get yourself out there, like everyone's just trying to get that like one viral moment, right?
Right.
And
even with you, like I'm interested to see where the direction of your podcast is going, because it's like you got a lot of people in an untapped market in Texas, and a lot of like a lot of cool people, a lot of people that can offer value and information. Like I even told you that before, like the dude, whatever episode that was that came on talking about NFTs and blockchains. I didn't even know anything about that.
Ben.
Yeah, so he educated me. Yeah, Ben. Yeah.
So then there was also one that came out this Monday. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it.
I didn't see that one yet.
Brian King. Mm-hmm. So he works in cyber law, I believe. Okay. He practices cyber law, and then he's huge in the crypto. We were just texting today. Mm-hmm. I bought some more yesterday, and because everything dipped hard. Yeah. So I think everything dropped about 25% yesterday. And so I bought up a bunch of more.
Right now.
Oh well, it swung back up. It's not completely rebounded at all. It's still a wonderful time to buy. Yeah. And even if it did fully rebound, it's still a wonderful time to buy. He says just keep preparing for 2022. Just keep buying up. Just keep buying. Set it up on a reoccurring. Do whatever you can. If it's $100 a month, whatever it is, just keep setting it up on a reoccur buying, and just let it keep going and keep going and keep going. And he says just keep holding for 2022. Get prepared. Be ready. And so that's what I've been focused on. I got my crypto account, and then I have my stock account, which we just had a financial advisor on. I have my stock account, which anything I've made in crypto, it's offset everything I've lost on the market so far. I'm getting absolutely murdered this year, just destroyed. It's kind of depressing. I opened the...
So crypto's your saving grace right now?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Crypto is what I'm holding on to, where I'm like, please save me. Because the market is... I check the app like twice a year now. I've checked it like 3 times this year just because it's so bad. It's so bad. I'm down an ungodly amount that I don't even want to accept. Like, I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to accept that it's real. I'm like, maybe if I don't look at it for 5 years, it'll go away.
Exactly.
And so I'm holding on to that. But yeah, you're talking about Ben. Ben's so intelligent. He's moving to Houston actually in a couple weeks. He's coming your way. I guess that's important to say. So you do real estate in Houston?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure do.
And that market's going pretty good too.
Yeah.
I know a few realtors out there in Houston. I may be looking for a house in Houston. So I'll let you know.
Yeah.
That might be the next property.
Okay.
So I'll probably get another one here. On the outskirts, maybe another new build, and just try to do the same thing that I just did with this one. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I'm going to set up an Airbnb. But the way like furniture is right now, and the way stock availability is with everything, I'm kind of nervous to do an Airbnb, because obviously you have to have people in there within 2 months before the mortgage kicks in. And I have a little bit of an oh shit fund, but most of that oh shit fund went to this house. And so I'm going to replenish the oh shit fund, but I like to have that oh shit fund for an oh shit moment.
Right.
And so furnishing the house would be kind of a stretch right now, just because everything's like 6 months.
Bring your sleeping bags, guys.
Yeah, for real. Look, you can have a house. There's just nothing in it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing in it.
Exactly.
Sleeping bags will be provided. Just have them all laid out. Look, hey, the house can fit
Cots,
like 40 people in there, dude.
Right.
40 sleeping bags.
This is a sleeping hall.
Yeah. Just get everybody in there. So, I've been thinking about Houston, because Houston's a much better renters market.
For sure.
Than Austin. Like
sure.
Houston's much closer to what I guess the real estate agents call the 1-to-1. So for every $100,000 you pay, you're getting $1,000 back in rent. And so they said Houston's closer to that 1-to-1, where here in Austin it's not close at all. Like renting out the house that I just bought, if I would have wanted to rent it out, I would maybe barely cover the mortgage. Maybe I might even had to have paid a little bit a month. Like maybe $200 a month just to keep somebody in there, just because the renters market's just not there right now.
Yeah,
it's not a good time to try to rent your house out.
I'm surprised that the market is so like the margin is so disparaging. Like that's crazy. It's
weird here right now. Like the market's kind of chilled, where the houses have kind of flatlined for a little bit.
So all these companies moving in, Google, Apple,
Samsung just signed with Samsung is keeping their place in South, and then opening up another office in Taylor, which is like an hour from here, east of Hutto. And so that might be where we look for another place, maybe more of a long-term rental out there, because people are going to need houses here soon. And then they're still doing a bunch of new builds, so they're kind of on its way up. And so there's that. And then but Houston's doing well too.
Yeah, I like Houston, man.
So what do
I like it a lot.
What do you do? So you don't necessarily post too much about your real estate adventures.
I don't. Yeah.
What's the?
Because I don't really have a real estate Instagram. Like I feel like I'm kind of. I don't know, man. I just feel like my leads and stuff comes more from either footwork that I'm putting in or behind the scenes stuff. It doesn't really come from social media, and I'm not too much of a social media person to begin with, so it's kind of just awkward for me. I know I need one though. Like, I know I need one like just specifically for.
But it's so tough, dude.
Yeah.
I don't hate posting about this, but I don't enjoy posting it. Like I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like sometimes I just get weird, and I'm like I don't even want to post about it.
Yeah.
But that's.
But I mean,
that's where we are. I know that's where we are. That's where we are, right?
And
so what? Okay, so if you're not doing social media at the moment, what do you do to get yourself out there?
Just networking, just people I know. Like I had a lot of family. My girl had a lot of family. Just meeting people. Like, hey, do you invest? Like, just things like that. So that's why it's like I'm saying I'm not like a mogul with it. Like I don't have like every aspect of the market down, like social media presence and all that, but I make it work. It's cool.
Move at your own pace.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing.
Yeah,
it's just like it's definitely though becoming more social media driven.
Yeah,
my real estate agent's always posting.
It's like I'm at this point though. It's kind of just like I've been looking into, and I have done some like online advertising as far as just in connection to my real estate, like the branch that I work at, their website. I've done online advertising through their website, but not like for my own, like on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. So I feel like I need to do that too. So, but then it's like I know that I'm gonna have to post and advertise myself as like my own brand. So that's where I get like a little bit
it's your own business.
Intimidated. Yeah, exactly.
It is intimidating.
Yeah.
Anybody that says otherwise, man, kudos to them. Because I don't feel that way. Like I said, I'm pretty introverted. Like my girl makes me extroverted, just because that's what she loves to do. She loves to go out. She loves to have fun. And I'm I just chill at the house. But I chill at the house. I mean, I enjoy my one bedroom. Just me, the dog. I come home. I don't do, like, I just chill in here. I don't have to talk to nobody. I talk all day. I talk all day long.
Exactly.
I do sales. I talk all day long. And then I do this. I talk again. And it's just like, I'm tired of talking. And so it works out well because if she gets it going, like if she's on a topic she wants to talk about, she'll just talk. And I love to listen. So it works out perfectly because I'll just sit there and just be like, hey, you just keep talking.
Have you talked to her about doing a podcast?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Interesting episode.
That would be an interesting episode. Yeah, I don't think she would do it. I don't think she would do it.
So an extrovert, but not that kind of extrovert.
Yeah.
I feel it. It's a different thing.
It is kind of different.
Yeah,
because exactly. I'm comfortable doing this.
Yeah.
Like I'm comfortable like in this setting. Like us just having a conversation. Like I don't even think about that. I don't think about the camera. I don't even think that we're recording. I'm super comfortable doing this.
Right.
But sometimes when there's like too many people and if I'm not vibing correctly, I'm just like,
kind of just ease out of the situation.
But yeah, she was like, wait, you're introverted? Because we went out, or we go out often, and like she'll always see me being like this social butterfly. Mm-hmm. And she was like, what are you talking about? You're so extroverted. I'm like, no, I'm not.
In the moments that I choose.
Yeah. I can only do so much of this social butterflying before I'm like, I need to go home and not talk to no one.
I need to do the stuff I really want to do.
Yeah, like go home and just chill.
Right.
Catch up on a show or something.
Exactly.
But yeah, so you're moving at your own pace though. I respect that. Like you're moving in your own space. I guess is a better way to put it. Not necessarily your own pace. It's not like you're going slow. It's just you're moving in your own space.
Yeah.
So what do you do to network? Other than like friends and family, like do you go out to events?
I go to mixers, open houses.
Okay.
Just stuff like that. Yeah.
So
I ask my brokers if they know about any any type of events that I could go to. Like just constantly, just every day, look for something.
So are you working for yourself, or obviously you work for yourself, but are you working with a brokerage, like with a team, like a real estate team, or?
I mean, I'm a part of a brokerage. Honestly, I kind of fell back from real estate for the past couple months just because of like a lot of stuff going on. But I mean, I'm definitely with the brokerage. I mean, you got to be with the brokerage when you have your license. Okay. So
you've been doing that. So going out and networking, and how much? So I guess like you said you've taken off a couple months. Is that something you plan on getting back into? Like,
oh yeah, for sure. Like I've still been doing it here and there. I'm just like the past couple months I haven't really been going as hard with it as I was prior. Okay. So yeah.
Just outside factors or
outside real estate factors. Not really anything to do with real estate, but also just real estate's super competitive too. It's like if you don't like, it's like you need that like name recognition and you need those relationships to really prosper. Yeah. So that's the thing where it's like I still got to build up to that to where I can just take real estate seriously, or at least as like one of my main focuses. Oh yeah. So that's the point I'm trying to build up to, because right now it's kind of just like it might be a main source this month, and then a couple months might go by and it's just kind of like a side source or whatever. So it's like I'm still trying to get there, but
I feel that. Is that something that you would want to do full time, or do you kind of prefer to do it part time here and there?
That's the thing. It's like, what do I want to do full time?
Like, I was just having that conversation.
I kind of just want to keep my hand in a couple different pots. Honestly, I kind of like it that way.
I feel that. I was just having that conversation this morning.
I've been DJing recently too. Like I just did a couple
like doing actual shows.
Like little events, like little parties here and there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, dude.
That's fun. I'm trying to get into like some clubs out there. So
I have a buddy here, who his DJ name is Tame Loop, and he's been on the come up. He's been going now, probably 5-6 plus years hard. And it's all he does. He loves it. And I can just see him and it's just cool. It's cool to watch. Yeah, it's cool to watch just that steady incline and just that grind. And I respect that, because it's just like,
for sure.
It's like, damn, dude. Like after 6-7 months, you're like, you start to question everything. You're like, is this like,
right?
Am I wasting my time? Do I want to keep
doing this? It just feels like
a
lot of stuff nowadays comes down to like name recognition. It's like the name recognition is like 75% of everything that you do. It's like the other 25% is like 15% talent, like 5% promotion, you know, like, but yeah, so it's just like you just got to constantly get your name out there, just constantly be working on something that someone can point out and be like, oh, that's you, like you're doing that, like, so yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That's really what I'm working on right now. Just
Okay. So would you say that's something that you definitely enjoy probably more than real estate?
Yeah, but I feel like real estate kind of ties into it because it's like everything that I kind of do is like based off of like just good energy and good relationships, like real estate, DJ, just everything. You know, even rapping, you know, getting to collab with people, getting different people's beats from producers. Like, yeah, everything's just based on energy and relationships, and that's kind of just how I am as a person. So I feel like that's kind of where, you know, my interest gravitated towards. So
just having good people around.
Yeah, for sure.
I've learned how important that is over the last like year and a half. So my girl and I, we dated previously, and it was just bad timing. And I told her that like this time around, I have such a greater appreciation for her. It's not like I didn't appreciate her the first time. It's just this time the appreciation is that much greater due to me finding Muay Thai. So finding Muay Thai, and like the people who are there, my coach, my other like training partners, finding those people has been so important in my life. And that's why I was so grateful that you could come a little bit earlier today because
for sure, because
it's my coach's birthday and he's so important to me. Yeah, and I didn't want to miss it. Yeah, and otherwise, any other dinner I'd been like, you know, we're good. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. But that's my dude, and so I was telling her, I was like, finding those people, finding that group of people, doing Muay Thai has showed me how important it is to just surround yourself with people who just let you be you. Right. Just, you can do whatever, be as silly as whatever, be as awkward or weird, or just however you are, just be you. And I've realized like how important that is by finding them. And then so bringing it full circle, I was telling her that I was like, I have such a even greater appreciation for you this time around because of how you just let me be me. Like you let me just be as silly as I am. I'm a super silly person. When I'm not at work, like I'm just this super silly, affectionate, loving person who just wants to just cuddle a fucking hug on her all the time, and she just lets it be, and she lets me be me, and she loves it and she enjoys it, and it's cool. And so I appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks. And so it's cool. It's exciting. And so I was just telling her like that I've learned over the last year-ish how important that is. Yeah. And so I feel that like just I don't really care about being super, super rich. I want to make a decent living. I want to make money. Right. But I more so just want, like you said, just hands in different pots. Bunch of different passive income sources coming in so that I can just live life. Right. And just be surrounded by good people. Be in the moment. Enjoy those people. Exactly.
And if you want to take something serious, it's something that you decide to take serious.
Hell yeah. Yeah, not because you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I feel that. So I was having that
I feel like that's a good thing with our generation. Like, even going back to, like, you know, from Colleen and everybody going and creating their own paths, it's like, just this generation in general, we have more of the power to do that, you know, like.
It's true.
Everything going off, just being social media influencers, doing anything, OnlyFans even.
Yeah, like, right? Hey, fuck anything, it, dude.
Yeah,
fuck
like,
it.
Yeah.
I'd do it. I don't give a fuck.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, I'd do it, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. Just, hey, make it how you make it. Mm-hmm. Like, if someone's going to pay for it, that's on them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's on them, dude.
They wanted the content.
Yeah, right. So I mean, if there's a market for it, exactly. Okay, just like the whole Jake Paul thing. Mm-hmm. I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, like he had some fame that was kind of like fluff fame, like kind of, you know, like didn't really have any meaning to it, and then he went into boxing and made it have some meaning. Yep. Yeah.
He took his YouTube personality and created this whole pretty much this almost a whole boxing organization.
Yeah.
And just like a whole fighting organization, and it may or may not be rigged, but nonetheless, though, they're making money.
Yeah.
And he's getting people paid. He's getting people their biggest paydays.
Exactly.
And the legitimacy behind it, questionable. Yeah. We can have, you can debate it, but at the end of the day, though, I ain't mad at him because people are paying for it. Exactly. I ain't gonna pay for it. Exactly. I'm gonna find that stream. I'll buy the UFC good. Fights, but I'm not paying for it. But people do. So it's like, fuck it, dude. He's found a way to make a shit ton of money. And the only people who are mad at that is just somebody who ain't gonna do it themselves.
Right. Or the gatekeepers of the old boxing industry, like,
yeah,
we trained for 20 years. Like,
should have been more marketable.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it kind of comes down to, and that's what it comes down to now, is just being marketable.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
And
so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it seems like everything is coming down to: name recognition, being marketable.
It does, and it has its pros and cons.
Yeah, for sure.
And just like social media, it has its pros and cons. Mm-hmm. Like social media has its pros, like you said, it gives us more power to do things that we want to do.
Right.
The whole 20 years, 40 years slaving away, freaking.
Exactly.
9 to 5.
It gets rid of
so
the
you're for your pension.
It gets rid of some of the gatekeepers.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And it allows you to operate in a space where you can make a decent living.
Exactly.
You don't have to be worth $200-300 million, $400 million to make a decent living.
Yeah.
You make $1 million, you're chilling.
Exactly.
Most people are going to be chilling. You don't have to have a yacht. You don't got to have a private jet. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be super, super crazy. It should just be more so about trying to create that wealth that, you can pass down, but also you can just do what you want.
Yeah.
So if you want to take that weekend trip, take that weekend trip. If you want to take a month off and go travel, do it. You should, that's what, at least that's my goal. At least that's my thought process.
Sure. Me too. I'm kind of on the same, because I feel like, broke people, per se, in layman's terms, want to look rich, and then rich people want to look broke. So it's what's the difference? What's the difference in flexing, wasting all your money when you might not have gotten it in the most consistent way that you can get it back? Just look like you got money, versus the person who has money, has it consistently, has a lot of it, and is minimalist. It's just who cares what we do with our money? And that's as long as you're saving it. That's the thing. Why blow it and then be stuck back at zero?
Yep. That's exactly what I was just about to build off of that. It's crazy how many people got nothing in their savings account who legitimately just work. Legitimately just work to spend all of it. And their checking account, they're always just cutting it so close. Mm-hmm. They got no oh shit fund. They got no credit cards, no credit. And you're fucked. If something happens, you're so screwed.
Right.
God forbid someone goes to the hospital or your car breaks down. Right? Or something like that. You're screwed. And obviously there's some people who are in a situation that don't really have the opportunity to set up a savings account. But I know a lot of people who do make, if you make over $60K, you should have a savings account.
Yeah, for sure.
If you make over $60K, you should be able to manage your lifestyle to a point where you can save up some money.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but you should have a baseline goal of having $10K in the savings account. Yeah. That should be you should feel comfortable there. So if the car breaks down and it's $600, you shouldn't have to stress about it.
No problem. Yeah.
Right? You shouldn't have to stress about little things like that. Fuck. This whole thing. Damn. Shit.
Difficulties.
Shit. Tighten that up a little bit, maybe. I don't even know. Okay, there we go. You should be able to pay for something like that.
Right.
And I'm not talking about someone hitting you with a $100,000 hospital bill. That's obviously absurd. I'm not saying you got to have that kind of money in the bank, because that's probably not. It's probably it's not realistic.
By percentage standards.
Right. Yeah. But to have $5 to $10K in the bank just in case you get laid off and you got to be off of work for 2 months, you should be able to cover rent.
Right.
Or you should be able to, like you said, pay for that car breaking down or whatever. But like you said, people do just blow it.
Just blow it. I feel like it's because a lot of people just don't. They never know what it's like to have money, so it's
If they get
when
a little bit.
They get a little bit, they feel like, well, shit, it's just going to go anyway, so let me just spend it.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a
and there's
twisted mindset.
And there's sometimes I wish I was kind of like that a little bit because I can be so frugal. I can be so frugal, man. Like I'll have one pair of shoes that I'll wear all the time, or I got one work outfit that I just keep wash. I just continuously wash. Like I got like one pair of jeans like of each color, but that's it. Like nothing else. And sometimes I wish I was that person who could just go shopping and just blow some money and just get a bunch of stuff. Or like I wish I was kind of that person that was in the shoes sometimes more. But I just every time I get in the mindset, all right, I'm just gonna go shopping. I'll go shopping and I won't buy a damn thing. Nothing.
You're already set in that mindset. Like, this is cool, but I could save $20.
Yeah. And so and plus also I'm super bougie. Yeah. So when I do buy something, I want it to be of quality. Right. So I don't just go and buy $10, $20 shirts. I want like $5, $50 shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and so I think they last longer. But so I try not. I'm so frugal sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it'll bite you in the ass either way.
But it's the reason why I'm in the position that I am. Like, it's the reason why I could pay for the house. It was the reason why I could do X. I can do X, Y, and Z. It's the reason why I'd rather be on
the frugal end.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah. And me too.
And I had to learn that. I definitely used to be let me buy these clothes, let me buy these shoes, let me spend at this party. So it's kind of just like I had to reframe some things in my mind for sure.
But I have my own vices. I spend so much money on food. I probably spend $700 to $1,000 on just food.
Supersized meals.
Just food, man. I'm a ginormous foodie, and just recently I've really started diving into Asian food. Like I've always loved Asian food, but it was very much more generic, more basic. Just like going to like a hibachi grill, which is delicious. It's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Or just, just some Chinese restaurants or whatever. But I've really been diving into the actual, like, foods that they eat there. Right. Like, they would eat at their house, or they'll cook at their house, or they would eat in those countries.
Traditional foods.
Yeah, just more traditional. And so, dude.
Traditional Asian foods.
It's so good.
Man, I had some homemade Filipino food plenty of times.
Yep.
Like, Korean food, Vietnamese food, like those are the low key slept on. Like everybody's like Chinese food. Of course, Chinese food is good, but you gotta
dive
into the subcultures.
Go to the rest of them.
Yeah,
Thai food and Vietnamese food are.
Yep,
that's my favorite.
Definitely,
I can eat pho all the time.
I think Asian food is probably my favorite food.
For sure.
Just because of how diverse it is. Like the meat's tender.
You can never get tired.
Rice. I love rice. I love. Well, I don't love soup, but I'll eat some soup.
A lot of people feel like some of their soups have like medicinal properties. Like they just make you feel so good.
Yeah.
And that's how I get with pho. And I'm mad here in Austin. So for you in Houston, you got a ginormous Asian.
There's a Chinatown.
There's a ginormous Chinatown. I have pictures. I was just looking at pictures on my phone earlier today of when we went, because we went to the Houston Rockets game not too long ago. And my Vietnamese friend took me to Chinatown. The Chinatown in Houston is so different than here. And y'all have...
It's an actual town.
Actual town, yeah.
Banks, everything,
with
restaurants.
Delicious food.
Yep.
And y'all's pho places open up at 7 a.m.
See, I didn't even know that.
My pho places here don't open up until 11. So I can't get pho for breakfast. Yeah, man. And I love pho for breakfast. Sometimes I make ramen for breakfast. I'll put eggs in there and I make ramen for breakfast. Because
it's a light breakfast.
Oh, it sits light.
Yeah.
You're full. And then also it just, I don't know, it makes you feel good. Exactly. Like when I get a big old bowl of pho, because pho is made from bone marrow, so it's just all collagen. And collagen is wonderful for you first thing in the morning. Gives you some energy, great for your skin, the whole 9 yards. And
it goes to me for pho for breakfast.
I get pho, yes. And so I drove 30 minutes the other day to go get pho for breakfast. Because there's one spot in town that opens up at 9 a.m. And so I was there. The pho was average. I was kind of mad. But I was so happy that I had pho for breakfast. Yeah. And I'm a big soup fan when it comes to Asian food. I love the soups. I had a spicy seafood udon Tuesday, and it was so good that I went back the next day and got another soup dish there too. Because the broth, it just warms you up. It feels good. Warms your soul up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, I'll definitely eat some pho. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'll eat some pho. I'm more of a ramen dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you all got some good ramen joints in Houston that you like to go to?
Definitely. More so than ramen though. I've been messing with this Korean barbecue spot lately. Dude. It's called Jin. They're super good.
So there's a guy I follow. I watch all his YouTube videos. Mikey Chin, and Simply Dumplings. That's his YouTube channel. And he's opening up a restaurant in Houston, a Korean barbecue place, and then opening up a ramen joint in New York. Okay. So his YouTube channel is super successful, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's opening up a Korean barbecue joint in Houston. So when it opens up, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
I'll let you know because he's an absolute foodie.
Yeah.
Absolute foodie. So if he's gonna open up a restaurant, it's gonna be legit. He's not gonna half-ass that shit. It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
I trust these YouTuber people more, honestly.
Oh, I agree.
They gotta put on all the extra sauce and the spice, make it look good.
They also can't lie because people are going to take their recommendations who live in that city, wherever they are. They're gonna take that recommendation, and if they're constantly leading them to bad places, you're not gonna build a following. So if you got 2, 3, 4, 5 million views on your food review videos, you got to be correct most of the time.
Exactly.
And he'll shoot you straight too. If he doesn't like something, he'll tell you. So I always respect that. And he lives in Dallas now, so he's always doing videos now here in Texas. So that's exciting because I'm like, anytime he comes to Austin, I'm like watching his videos. I'm like, all right, I'm going here, checking this out. Exactly. I'm always down to try new places.
Exactly.
I love
especially being a foodie.
Food just makes my soul so happy.
Exactly.
I love food, dude. That's my vice. I don't buy shoes. I don't buy clothes.
I'm calculating
I spend so much. I spend so much because I cook at the house all the time too. That's what I was doing before this. I was meal prepping before this. So I cook at the house still, and so I'll eat that at work. But then after work, I'm like, all right, where are we going?
Exactly.
Let's go try something. And Korean barbecue.
Yeah, can't never go wrong with the Korean barbecue, man.
Korean barbecue is legit.
Grill it up and everything too. Yeah.
You like kimchi?
Yeah, definitely like kimchi.
Kimchi is so slept on. But so slept on here in the States. You only can use
this itty bitty much because this is so spicy.
Oh, I love it. The spicier, the better.
Yeah.
That's why I love Thai food because they fucking load that shit up with Thai peppers, and it just.
What about Indian food?
Oh yeah.
Indian food? Yeah. I just recently tried Indian food I
feel like out of all
3 years ago.
I feel like out of all of Southern Asia, Indian food's the most slept on.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's because they got their own little way of preparing their stuff. A lot of stuff is
different.
Yeah, a lot of their stuff is more spice, more garlic, more it's super spicy and more veggie oriented.
Yeah. What'd you recently try?
My girl is Indian, so
shit.
Yeah, I've been trying all types of stuff samosas. I don't know the names of the rest.
Fair enough. But you get some. Have you had some naan yet?
Naan, roti. I'm just calling out all the shit I remember, but yeah.
You like curry?
Curry's good. Curry, of course. Yeah.
I love curry.
Of course, curry. Yeah.
I love curry.
So yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Indian
how'd you meet your girl?
Here in Austin.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long y'all been together?
3 years.
So y'all met here in Austin.
Yeah.
She moved with you to Houston, or she was from Houston already?
Yeah, she moved to Houston.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so when you doing the thing, 3 years. 3 years. Well, when you doing the thing.
Oh no, man.
Wee. What you waiting for? 3 years.
Everything's got to come at a time.
Fucking pulling a Michael Harris right now. What are you waiting for? Because he's laughing. I was making a joke because last episode, the guy was like, shout out to Michael Harris. He was like, within 9 months, you should know. Like, if I don't know by then, I'm breaking up with you. And that's what he told his girlfriend straight up. And I kind of get that. I kind of respect it. He's much more of a from a religious standpoint, religious mindset. Mm-hmm. But I can kind of respect it. Like, you should pretty much, like, you should kind of know. Like, otherwise, what are you actually doing?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like, if you don't see yourself with this person, at least for a good longevity, like, what are you actually doing? Going on? Yeah. Especially, like, when you hit, like, you know, like you said, 2-3 years. Once you hit that mark, it's like, all right, so are we just wasting our time, or are we or do we see this continuing on for hopefully forever, right?
Right.
And what you got?
I'll move forward. Yeah. So it's touching the mic. Got you.
And we're good. And he was like, "Yeah, within 9 months, you should know." And I was like, "Okay, like I feel that you should. I mean, you should have an inclination."
Right.
But then I was like, yeah, but you should probably live together. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Before you get too far ahead of yourself.
Because there's a lot that comes out.
It's different.
It's
different to live together than it is to just see each other once or twice a week.
Or whenever you have time.
Yeah, or whenever you're free or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a completely different thing.
For sure.
And you got to live together. And then, he actually disagreed, which I wish we would have had more time to dive into why he disagreed, because I was curious and I kind of have an idea of what he was going to say. But for me personally, living together is a completely different step, and there is certain things like you said, there's certain things that are going to come out while you're living together that weren't necessarily going to come out when you see each other more sparingly.
Exactly.
Right, because then you really got to kind of manage your day between, yes, I want to spend time with you, but also this is what I do when you're not here.
Right.
But now you're here.
Exactly. And there's so many like little checkpoints you have to go through, like living with somebody. It's like, okay, I don't like that you do this during this time, but you're doing this during this time, so I have to do this during this time. You know, it just gets...
Yep, you got to start rearranging.
I'm annoyed about the fact that we have to arrange our schedule this way, and I want to arrange it this way, and that's why. I would suggest living.
I'm with you. Yeah, definitely got to live with the person first. Yeah, absolutely. Y'all live together?
Yeah.
Ooh, how long?
Like 2 years.
Damn.
Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 years now. How's that going?
It's been pretty
obviously
cool.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, you still live together, so
yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah.
That's exciting, dude.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. What's her name?
Fozzie.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's pretty. Like, is she first generation here in the States, or?
Yeah, technically, because she came here when she was like 5. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
Does she cook the Indian food for you, or do y'all go somewhere, or does she have a spot that she likes to go to?
She cooks Indian food sometimes. Other times it'll be her family.
Okay.
And then other times there's a restaurant in Houston that's pretty popular, Indian restaurant. The name is losing me right now, but we go there too. It has pretty good food. It's a buffet.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man. That's cool. I'm excited for you.
Definitely. He's like, let me jump in the podcast.
It's every time. Every time they're gonna make a compilation of her.
Exactly.
Of her jumping on, and you are shedding everywhere.
Meme compilation.
Why are you shedding? It's 60 degrees outside today, which was dude. It's been hot as balls for a whole week, and the second it switched, the day after fall.
Yep.
It was cold today. Not cold, but it was chilly, and I was like, it was so nice, dude. Oh, it was so nice. It was so nice today, and we didn't get to go outside as much as I would have, much as I would like to hope. I had a massage this morning, and then had some stuff to do with the house, but yeah, it was so nice outside today.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully we keep this up. Hopefully we're not gonna go backwards, because
I don't think so.
September was hot
with the hurricane over there the past week in Houston.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
It was cool. It wasn't. I mean, I didn't really get affected, especially where I live on the west side of Houston. I'm not sure if most of the places did. I think it was just like a precautionary thing that they were saying that, because I don't think it was really too bad from what I saw.
What about Ida? How'd that go for you?
Ida was just a lot of rain.
Okay.
It didn't really flood, but it was definitely, you could feel it.
Yeah. My friend and my realtor, she lives in New Orleans now. Mm-hmm. And she said I don't even know if she has power yet. I think she's still without power. I think it's been 3-4 weeks now, since Ida hit, and she still doesn't have power.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I think the whole state, right, has been down from power or
something.
Yeah, something
it's
like
crazy.
that. It's been for a while too. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Super crazy.
What an unfortunate place to have such a wonderful city.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know how the government doesn't step in and be like, okay, guys, maybe
we should move this.
Maybe people shouldn't live here anymore.
It does feel like every year it gets destroyed, rebuild it, destroyed again.
Exactly.
And it sucks because
2004. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I haven't personally been to New Orleans, but anybody who ever goes always says it's wonderful down there.
Yeah.
So the people are awesome. The food is great. The atmosphere is great. It's just so much fun. There's so much to do. Yep. Have you gotten to go?
No, but I've definitely, my mom and my uncles have been plenty times. They send me hella pictures every time, so I feel like I've been. I feel like just through all the stories I've heard, I kind of feel the same way. But I've been meaning to go. It's on the list. I got too many places. There's not a place I really don't want to go. Like when I think about countries I want to travel to. Mm-hmm. There's really nothing there's nothing where I'm like, nope, don't really want to go there. Right. I mean, I guess there's a few places, some maybe really dangerous countries. Yeah. Or there's parts of Venezuela that you can't touch. Yeah, exactly.
Things like that, obviously. But with the exception of those places that you just can't go just because you can't go.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's no other place that's really not on my list. I have a friend who's from Ghana, and he keeps saying we're going to go. I don't know if we'll ever be able to actually go, but he still has a house in Ghana. He still has his family there, or he still has part of his family there. His immediate family, wife and kids, live here, but he still has a house in Ghana, the whole 9 yards. Ghana food is good.
Heck yeah, man! African food,
yes,
definitely good.
Yes, I've had some Nigerian dishes. But
jollof rice, always hitting.
Exactly.
Jollof rice.
But apparently, so Nigerians and Ghanaians both make jollof rice, right?
Yeah,
but
it's definitely
different for both of them. And then I've heard that it's kind of a competition between the two, who can make it the best.
Yeah.
And I've always said this. My favorite customers at work are usually from Africa. And the Nigerians are so smart. Well, the Ghanaians too. Not to single out a whole, but and they're always funny.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the most
different spirit.
They do.
Yeah.
The most down to earth people I've talked to are from Cameroon.
Yeah, for sure. I started learning a lot more about African culture just living in Houston. It's so much more than a lot of other places.
Sure.
Especially that even Killeen or Austin, it's just there's African grocery stores and stuff. So really kind of tap in. Yeah,
that's cool.
Hell yeah!
Do you go in there?
Nights, all types of stuff. Yeah.
Do you go into any of the supermarkets and do they have a food court or you get to try anything?
No, I haven't actually. I need to try my hand at making African food because that's one of the only things I haven't tried to make myself. So where
do you get the jollof rice from?
Definitely good. A couple places like Suya. There's a spot next to Westheimer. I'm bad with restaurant names.
So actual African restaurants.
Yeah, African restaurants, African people working there, plenty of African people just coming in, ordering stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. There's a much smaller African community here in Austin, but it's growing, especially as the tech scene grows.
Right.
At least that's the majority of the people I've encountered is the majority of them work for Apple or Visa, MasterCard. I have a bunch of regulars who I've been selling for a couple of years now who come in every once in a while. Two of them actually live here in this apartment complex that I've sold just randomly. I don't tell nobody where I work. I hate telling people where I work.
Yeah.
I don't like selling my friends. For one, there's no discount. Sorry. And for two, it's just like if something goes wrong, they're like texting you, like they're blowing up your personal phone. It's like, I'm not at work.
Right.
Leave me alone.
I'm the salesman. I'm not the.
Yeah, right. I didn't deliver.
I don't make everything.
I didn't deliver the furniture. I don't. That's not me. I just. Yeah. I write the stuff up. That is it. Yes, we do some customer service, but for the most part, there's a whole team for that. Exactly. That's not my job.
Yeah.
And so if I sell a friend, it's either like a really, really close friend who I'm like, all right, they'll be chill, or just random. Like people from this apartment complex just happen to walk in. I'm like, oh, what's up? And then I'm gonna say, I'll sell you then. You know, I'm not gonna turn down the money, but but I don't advertise it whatsoever.
Yeah, and that could get weird, like being on YouTube doing podcasts. You never know how jobs feel about that.
Yeah, I try not to talk about it too much. We've mentioned it on here. I slip up, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Most people who listen know where I work.
Right.
Or when
But I mean, when this blows up,
hopefully,
gotta say when.
Not there.
When?
Yeah, hopefully not working here. And that's a big focus for me going forward. Now that I've done the house thing, now that I'm gonna have a little bit of cushion and we're working on getting a little bit more passive income, I don't have to rely on having such a great income for my job.
Did you do the house vlog?
Right?
Did you do the house vlog?
No.
You didn't do the house vlog?
I have a bunch of pictures on my phone. That's another thing I haven't really talked about. Yeah. Like, I mean, I've talked about it on here, but I didn't really, haven't really told anybody. Like, people were all hitting me up like, oh, congrats on buying the house. I'm like, yeah, I'm just selling it. So I haven't really, talked about it too much. I've posted it here and there.
Oh, okay. So this is one that you're flipping.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm staying here. I love the apartment life.
Okay, so everything is strictly just
it's
investments
all investment
right now.
From here
on
out. Yeah, okay. For sure. Cool. For sure. Yeah. It's investments from here. Hopefully stack up a few of them. Or if I continue to have the opportunity to do what I did with this one, with the market constantly going up, if I have the opportunity to buy another one, and by the time it's done being built, it being worth X amount more, I'm just going to do the same thing.
Yeah,
and I'll just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, I had plenty of friends that did that. I had one friend that I used to know in Kentucky. We kind of followed each other around. Kentucky, San Antonio. Kentucky, San Antonio. His dad introduced me to the whole real estate game. Even flipping, buying a house, staying in it, renovating it himself, and then flipping it. Is like, man, yeah, you save a lot of money that way. Like,
you do. If you can do the renovations yourself, or if you have a buddy who's willing to do sweat equity, you can make some money
for sure. I was like, man, that's dope. Like, there's plenty of different ways to make money with real estate. That's why I'm like,
and it's something that's consistent.
Yeah,
consistent and constant. Everyone needs a house.
Exactly.
And there's right and wrong ways to do it, just like anything else.
Right.
You know, like that whole, I guess there was like a period where everyone just wanted to kill landlords.
Oh yeah. Like when COVID first popped off. Yeah.
And it's like there's a right and a wrong way to do everything. Just like anything. You know, of course there's gonna be a dickhead landlord that tries to overcharge or X, Y, and Z or whatever it is, but that's for anything. Like if for
anyone that has power.
Yeah, for anyone.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a bad version and a good version.
Right.
That goes for anything in life.
Yeah.
Whether it's a landlord or friggin' salespeople, there's always going to be sleazy people doing whatever it is.
Can't escape it, yeah.
No, you can't. We can't. I don't know if we'll ever be in this perfect utopia that some people really envision.
Right.
And I don't even know if it's... if it would
cool.
even be
cool
good.
It's cool to see society going there, though. It's it's correct. You know, it's correct in certain things.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Little social media, because I guess that is society at this point. Social media pushes to hold people accountable and stuff. That stuff is cool.
No, there's definitely some good aspects that are coming from a lot of things.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some change that needs to take place and that we're moving towards, hopefully. But then there's some things we got to get back to, like accountability.
Yeah.
You know, people got to be accountable for. You got to be accountable for yourself. Like, you got to hold yourself accountable.
Self-accountability.
You know? Self-accountability. Like, we got a bunch of people trying to hold other people accountable, but we need people to hold themselves accountable as well.
Right.
Because you constantly see someone trying to hold somebody else accountable, but then you have a conversation with them and it's like, you're also kind of a piece of shit.
Right. Like, we see the skeletons in your closet.
Yeah, you're also kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of feel like that's pretty common with people who are like, oh, we gotta bring this person down, burn this person down. It's like, how about we go through your life?
Projection.
How about we tear up your life and see what we can find?
Yeah,
and
let's dissect hair by hair everything that you've
and then
done.
You start
like,
to see, and then you start to see that culture cannibalize itself.
Right.
And then I think that's, in a way, it's a good thing sometimes when it does cannibalize itself, because then those people take a step back and they're like, okay, look, people fuck up, and there's certain fuck ups that are too far, and there's certain fuck ups that just can't be warranted. But then there's fuck ups where it's like, look, that happened like 10, 20 years ago.
Right.
Like, that might not even be that person today. Like, you
don't
know that.
Person's in a whole different
like
mindset.
I was just saying, like, these episodes come out 5 to 6 weeks later, and I might not even be the same person you heard 6 weeks ago.
Right, exactly.
So how can we hold somebody to something 10, 20 years ago? Right. It's like, if you really think that defines their character, that's tough. It's tough to be the same person from 20 years ago.
No forgiveness out here, man.
Right? It's tough to be that. Yeah. It's tough to be that same person. Mm-hmm. Like, unless you're just so rugged and so stubborn and so stuck in your ways, there's almost no way you're the same person from 20 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
I mean, there's a lot of people that try it though. They stay stuck in their ways for sure. So
it's true, and there's always, I guess, two sides of it, right?
Right.
There probably is some people that definitely stay stuck in their ways, and we see it. But
we see it, yeah.
But I would say maybe not most people, but I don't know. I try to think that the vast majority of people aren't bad. Mm-hmm. At least that's like, I give everyone the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. For the most part, like, that's just kind of how I am when I meet somebody.
Should be, pretty much, yeah.
It's kind of when I meet somebody, I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, and I can pretty much pick up pretty quickly. Like, no, you're not really someone I want to be around.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily make them a bad person, but they might have certain things where I'm like, I don't need that in my life. Exactly. I don't need that toxicity or negativity or whatever. Right. But yeah, it's like, maybe they are the same person, but maybe they're not as well.
Exactly.
There's always two sides. Come here. What are you doing? Come here.
Give me some love now.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You saying hi to everybody? You're saying hi. But yeah, what else you been up to? So you real estate, DJing?
Yeah, man, just living the life. Really.
What else you like to do?
Just out there.
What do you and the girl do? Y'all got a designated date night?
Not necessarily designated date night, but I mean, yeah, we really go out, just to bars and stuff. Just hiking. Okay. Like I said, right next to the trail, Cherry Hershey Park. Mm-hmm. That one's a good one. That's pretty much it. Just a lot of outdoor stuff, a lot of going out, a lot of working.
It feels good to be outside.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels good to go out. Like, that's another thing that I've learned thanks to COVID too. Like, going hiking is fun, man.
Yeah.
It feels good. Like, it doesn't need to be anything crazy.
I learned a couple of years ago, just being out here, just
Oh, there's so many places around here. Mm-hmm. There's so many places in Texas.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Every time, like the guy that was on last, Michael Harris, mm-hmm. Every time he goes somewhere, he posts pictures, and I'm like, that's in Texas? Yeah. Like, that's within driving distance? Like, mm-hmm. we have that here?
There's so much middle space between, like, El Paso and every other city over here.
There's so much.
There's, like, all kind of little monuments and stuff that you won't even see,
Yeah, and then south of us, too, closer to the border, like Big Bend. Mm-hmm. He just went to Big Bend not too long ago. That's about 6 hours from here. Probably only about 2-3 from you. Yeah. And he was posting pictures, and I was like, yo, that's here? Yeah. Like, we can go to that here? Like, I don't have to go to Colorado for that? Like, damn. These ginormous hills, rocks.
It's like a camping site or something?
Yeah. I would imagine people camp there for sure. Okay. Just ginormous hiking trails. I think he did like a 12 or 13 mile hike. And then he just recently did one that was only like 30, 40 minutes from here. Mm-hmm. Kind of southwest. And it's like these valleys with these tall hills, and like there's a basin that you kind of walk through. This probably about waist deep water that you kind of hike through.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff, man. Hiking's fun.
Yeah, I love hiking, man. I love hiking. I don't like camping so much, but hiking.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm more of a glamper.
Yeah.
You know what that is? Glamping. I'm more of I need to have a restroom nearby, like an actual restroom.
Glam camping.
Yeah. I need to be comfortable. Need to have like some bugs, some anti-bug stuff. Like I hate the bugs, dude. I don't do mosquitoes.
Yeah, log cabin, no tents.
Yeah. I freaking Alaska ruined mosquitoes for me. Because up there in Alaska, the mosquitoes are like this big. And so, oh shit, man down. It's okay, we don't really need it.
Okay, cool. Just leave it here.
Huh? No, you. Maybe. I might have.
I didn't break it.
I might have put that on there. Damn. That might have been me. But yeah, no, I mean, fuck, I lost where we were now. No? Oh yeah.
Yeah, those mosquitoes.
In Alaska. Yeah, dude. So we drove from Maryland to Alaska. And so we went from Maryland across the United States, stopped at Yellowstone, Mount Rushmore, and then went to Seattle, and then went up the coast of Canada through BC, and then we hit the Yukon. And in the Yukon, we tried to eat outside. Dude, the mosquitoes were so fucking big. Like, they're so big.
I could not go then because I'm definitely allergic to mosquitoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
I'm allergic to bug bites. They just swell up on me.
Oh, no. That sucks, dude, because here, when it's hot or when it's like medium, like 80, 90 degrees, the mosquitoes are so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. That sucks. That's unfortunate because they're always on my ass.
I'll long sleeve it for
always?
Sure. Yeah.
Damn. Damn.
What about you? You still been gaming?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What you been into lately?
So let me rephrase that. So I just recently started gaming again.
Okay.
I've kind of enjoyed it again. I went probably about almost a year, 6 months to a year, not really gaming at all because I was like, there's nothing I want to play. Like, there's no games I want to play.
Yeah, that's how I kind of felt too recently.
And so I just haven't found a game that I really enjoy. But I have a good friend, Kramer. He lives in Maryland. Never met the dude. Been playing video games with him for now almost 5 years. And we used to play Fortnite together. Well, we played Call of Duty together first. And then we transitioned to Fortnite. That's when I was streaming. And then now we play Valorant. And it's like a cartoon Counter-Strike, essentially. It's like an easy way to... And then you have abilities. So it's made by the same people that make League of Legends. And I'm also a big League of Legends player, or a big fan of League of Legends. I think watching professional League of Legends is one of the best esports in general, and then just a good professional thing to watch. Because
is that an RPG?
It's a MOBA.
Okay.
So essentially, there's a base on each end, and one team, and you're trying to get to the other side. And there's towers, and you got to destroy the towers, minions. And then there's 5 players, and there's 3 lanes. 2 people play bot lane, 1 person plays mid, 1 person plays top, and then there's someone who's called a jungler. And the jungler kind of roams around and is what called ganks the lanes, so it makes it like a 2v1 essentially. And essentially you farm minions. That's how you get gold or kills. And professional League is just, the skill gap in League is so absurd.
Man.
I'm addicted to games where the skill cap is great because I'm like fuck it. I want to grind to get as good as possible.
Exactly.
So I'm so addicted to games where the skill gap are great. I don't play single player games almost ever. I only play pretty much competitive gaming. That's about it.
So League of Legends is your main thing right now?
So Valorant, I play Valorant more because Kramer doesn't play League. So I only play League kind of when he's not on or when he's not playing, which I don't really play too much when he's not on because I'm just like, If I play by myself, I can play like 2 games, maybe 2 or 3 games. Like I can probably play for maybe an hour and a half before I'm like, let's go do something else.
Yeah, exactly.
There's something more productive I could be doing right now.
Yeah.
But if he's on, I'm like, all right, I'll hang out with you.
I feel like I'm in that adult mode where it's like I don't even really like TV or games or anything like that. It's like I'd really much rather be doing like something interactive and something that's more so centered around me.
Like, I feel that because the times of me like binge watching a show is just not there. Exactly. That's why I'm so happy that most things have went back to one episode releases.
Right,
it's seasonal. That's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah,
but I'm so glad that they've stopped like dropping just full seasons on you because I don't want to binge it, but I can find myself kind of trapped in that where I'll sit there and be like, all right, let's knock it out.
Yeah,
but I don't want to binge it. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to. Like, I want to watch one episode a week because that keeps me in that same mindset that you're talking about. Like, that keeps me from doing that. I'm like, all right, one episode, I can do that. 30, 40, 50 minutes of my day. All right, cool, I can do that. But I don't need to be sitting around for 3 to 6 hours.
Exactly. And I feel like with the availability of all this, like, phones and TV and Netflix and stuff, is like people more so wait around for that. Like, I feel like that's why they're like show frequency is like rampant right now because it's like
nuts.
A lot of people, that's what they preferred passing time. Like,
it's true.
So
I mean, society is becoming much more introverted.
Yeah, for sure.
Much more.
And it's crazy to see that because it's like a lot of industries and stuff is based on like interaction. So it's like I feel like industries haven't necessarily caught up with how people are, you know, evolving and wanting to spend their time.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird
also,
to see.
If you're a conspiracy theorist, you know, if you
I dabble.
If you think about it a little bit. If you think about it a little bit, it's kind of where they want you. When if you put on your tin hat, it's kind of where they want you.
And wait, what aspect are you talking about?
In the aspect of like the elites, they kind of want you on your couch, just chilling.
Yeah.
You know, you just brought up a good point. Like those industries that take networking, connecting, like those industries typically make a lot more money. Like those kinds of things that like real estate can be extremely lucrative.
Yeah.
But again, you have to network. You can't just passively do real estate in the sense of like not put yourself out there in any means.
Right.
Like, you can't sit on your couch and do real estate.
Right.
Because no one knows who the fuck you are.
Exactly. Yep.
And so like when you kind of put your tin hat on, you kind of think about it. You're like, damn.
That's why I want to do more stuff like this because it's like this is the future. Like
it is.
Yeah.
It is. And you're kind of like, damn.
Exactly.
They're pumping out all these shows. So much content all over, dude.
They know some of these shows aren't good. Netflix,
right?
You know some of these shows aren't
good. And you'll be watching
good.
them too. You'll be watching them and you'll be like 6 episodes in and you're like, this show fucking sucks. All right, next episode. like this,
exactly.
Like the writing will be so basic and so trash. The story, and they'll just have like a good overall story, but the subplots are trash. The character development is trash. The writing is trash, but the overall story is good enough to where you're like,
to keep you interested.
Fine.
Or it's like
a
story based off of another story that you know.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, continuation.
Yeah.
The only thing that I really drop everything for is Marvel stuff.
Marvel stuff. Have you liked the What If?
Dude, so good.
I've
enjoyed it.
I think there might be 6 episodes now that I haven't seen. Probably one came out today because I think they drop on Wednesdays.
Yeah, one came out today.
I've seen up to 5. I did not like the first 3.
The first 3?
Really? I believe the first one was Captain Carter.
Yeah.
It was like Lady Captain America.
Yeah, so Sharon Carter became Captain America.
I think the second one was
what was the second one? The second one was wasn't the second one the Avengers team if it never assembled? Or was that the
I think so.
Episode?
If everyone got assassinated before they assembled, I think that was the second one. I think the third one. I think the third one was like Black Panther being Star-Lord.
Oh, I think we got them reversed. Yeah.
Okay, second one, Black Panther, Star-Lord.
Yeah, T'Challa became Star-Lord.
Okay.
Really, you didn't like that episode? I liked that one a lot.
That was probably my favorite out of the first 3, but it was kind of like I didn't realize going into it. I didn't read the little paragraph about it. I was like, Marvel, What If? I was like, oh, awesome. They have all this stuff to pull from. And then I realized they were just pulling from the Avengers. Yeah. So I was kind of like,
Well, yeah, it's canon still. So it's still in the MCU.
Right.
So this still, so it's animated, but it's still directly tied to the MCU.
Right.
And so essentially kind of what they're doing as you watch all the episodes, they're kind of building a multiverse team. So a team, eventually that maybe they make an animated movie out of, or what's already confirmed.
Like that.
It's already confirmed for season 2. And so what it kind of seems like they're doing is they're creating a multiverse team of characters that we've already seen, but they're going to be the different versions of them.
They're really going hard with this multiverse thing because it's supposedly
that's everything.
Spider-Man. This is involving the multiverse. Mm-hmm. Like
that's everything.
Apparently, I think the big people are theorizing even that the big boss battle at the end of this next trilogy of like Avengers movies or whatever is gonna be like Galactus, which is like
potentially
multiversal.
We wouldn't see
Galactus they're going
hard with this for a while probably.
Yeah,
because they introduced Kang the Conqueror. They announced him for Ant-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be kind of the next big bad. I don't know if he'll be an actual Avengers villain. He is in the comics, but he's definitely going to be a villain that kind of jumps around in a lot of movies. Like he's a lot of people's villain,
right?
And so maybe they'll build up to another big, like maybe not Avengers, but more like a Civil War kind of build up to where there's a good amount of characters in there, but it's not quite an Avengers movie,
right?
Kind of thing.
No, I like the direction they're taking it though. It's cool.
Oh, I love it.
I just when I saw Marvel What If, I was just like, okay. All of Marvel,
yeah.
And then I also realized it was focused more on just the Avengers. So that was probably where my like letdown kind of was. But other than that, it's been cool. Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. Have you watched like Loki or?
No, I haven't watched Loki.
Loki's the best one.
Loki's the best one.
Loki's the best
one. I'm gonna have to watch it because I keep hearing that.
Loki's so damn good.
Yeah,
so good. Loki's the best.
Because I kind of gotten turned off from like the superhero shows, like with the old like Flash and Green Arrow. Like those weren't my favorite.
Those are
those were DC, but
not even that aspect. Those are on CW.
Yeah,
those are so much like mainstream writers. They're not really.
Yeah,
they're very loosely following the comics. Yeah. Whereas like Kevin Feige does a much better job of they kind of change things, but they do a much better job of like really like fan service.
Mm-hmm.
So in the sense of like they drop Easter eggs that only like super fans would understand.
Yeah.
And so they do a really good job at that, but then the overall story is easy enough to follow for just normal fans.
Yeah, for sure.
But then they drop those Easter eggs in there where you're like,
yeah,
I see. I'm not. I never read any of the comics. That's Reggie. Reggie's all into the comics, so he always fills me in. That's my comic encyclopedia. And Marvel's doing something fascinating. Like you can always tell when you're doing something really good because the haters start coming.
Exactly.
So the haters are coming more and more. Where you got like movie producers and actors calling out like Marvel, saying they're not real movies and da 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 da.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, that's what's drawing in the money.
They're definitely real movies.
That's what's drawing in the money. Sorry.
I like the whole, regardless of any way that you feel like they could have taken the direction one way or the other. I just like the whole like overarching lore and it's like they're bringing back superheroes but they don't necessarily have to be in the comics.
Yeah.
And it's like overall connecting story and it's dope. I like it.
They're also doing a really good. They're also starting to do like much more representation, like Shang-Chi. Like they're doing.
Yeah, did you see that one?
Oh yeah,
I heard it was good. Yeah, I need to watch it. Yeah,
it was really good. I wouldn't go as far as some people were saying, like the best action movie of all time. That was a little
of all time.
Well, they were saying like the best action sequences ever in a movie. I'm like, all right, chill. That was not the best hand-to-hand combat we've ever seen in a movie. Right. Relax. Okay,
don't disrespect Bruce Lee.
Right. There's movies like Jason Bourne that has like
don't disrespect all my guys.
Yeah, right. Like chill.
The Taken guy, he wouldn't take too kindly to that.
Right. Like we've seen better hand-to-hand combat. Chill, but. Overall, really good movie.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot. And then we got Eternals in 6 weeks from today.
Yeah,
or from tomorrow.
Definitely,
Eternals.
I need to see it.
I think we're about to see
it.
I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're about to see a Marvel masterpiece.
No, I think so.
Because for one, this is one of the best directors that they've ever hired. Chloe, I don't remember her last name, but she's an Emmy Award winning director.
Mm-hmm.
But what she does really, really well is cinematography. So some people, the reason why they're getting a little fatigued on Marvel. Not because they dropped so many movies. They dropped 11 projects this year. 11.
And
we still have
think of it
3 more this year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
4 more.
It's just the Marvel universe is that vast that you really wouldn't even think about it.
It's awesome. I love it. I love it. But Eternals, they Chloe Zhao, thank you. She's huge in the cinematography. And one knock on the MCU, and even my personal knock, my criticism of them, is the movies start to kind of look the same because they always shoot. The majority of their movies are shot at their built set in Atlanta. They don't really film at actual locations, which to me is kind of lazy. Yeah. So that's kind of my criticism to them. They tell a great story, but they get kind of lazy with their cinematography, and everything kind of blurs together in a way and kind of looks the same. Artistically, yes. Like my friend Trayvon, he is so like how you are in music, where you look up, okay, I need to know who produced this, who's on the tracks, who did this, who's the DJ, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's like that with movies. Yeah. And he is a super nerd when it comes to movies. He can tell you who wrote the movie, what cameras were shot on. He listens to all the scores of all the movies that come out. Like he can tell you everything. He can tell you how they were shot, the behind the scenes, the whole 9 yards. And so he's super big into that. And so he always talks to me about that. And so I've become kind of a movie snob because of him. So I notice little things that not the casual fan doesn't always notice. And now it kind of sometimes ruins movies for me, unfortunately. But I pick out little things. And so like the things with the MCU, and like you said, artistically, they're kind of the same. And that's why Eternals, I feel like, is going to be a masterpiece because she films in the actual locations. Yeah. She didn't build the
I've
set.
Definitely seen the trailer. It looks dope. We're going to see
the Marvel Superman. That's Icarus, who's played by Robb Stark from Game of Thrones. That's the Marvel Superman. He's OP as fuck. And then we're going to see the Deviants, who are like these deformed creations of Celestials. And then the Eternals are also created by the Celestials, but they're immortal. But she's shot in the actual locations. And it just looks so where I was going at just a second ago with Trayvon, he says that it doesn't ever seem like in any MCU film the director has like put their stamp on it. Like he can't really tell who the director is based on the movie that they created, other than with the exception of Guardians. Guardians of the Galaxy is one where it seems like James Gunn is loose. And you could tell if you've seen the new Suicide Squad. James Gunn. Yeah. James Gunn is just...
Yeah, he's dope.
He's dope. And he's the only one
talented.
Extremely talented. Suicide Squad was so...
Suicide Squad.
I loved it.
Love King Shark.
Yes, I loved it, dude. Yeah. My neighbor who watches Arya all the time, she has a dog that looks just like Weasel. And I can't unsee it now, dude. That's funny. And so every time I see this poor dog, much cuter version of Weasel, but every time I see this poor dog, I'm like, oh. Weasel. And
Weasel, no.
Yeah. I love that movie. Idris Elba killed it. Amanda Waller, what's her name? The actress. He'll find it in a second. But love Suicide Squad. And so James Gunn's like the only one who seems like he had his artistic imprint on an MCU movie. Because they all got to go through Kevin Feige. But it makes sense that they got to go through Kevin Feige because he's the one telling this ginormous story, and he needs to make sure that it's a continuation of the story. But Eternals looks, just in the trailer, completely different. Completely different than anything we've seen.
Yeah. I'm liking this new batch of Marvel movies. Like, you got Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Eternals, Shang-Chi. This is right up my alley. Yep. The only one I wasn't really rocking with was Black Widow.
Movie was trash.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't really want to watch a Marvel spy movie.
It was it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it at all. And that was where the movie snob came out of me. Yeah. Because they just threw her around like a rag doll, dude. Like, there was scenes where she got dropped out of like a 5 or 6 story building and then just got right back up. Like, wow. She doesn't have superpowers. Yeah. Like,
wow.
or there was a scene where she was in a car and she got absolutely obliterated, sent into a subway tunnel, flipped over and over and over and over, and then they just slide right out the car. And I'm like, all right, I'm done with this.
Yeah,
I'm done with this movie. Like, I couldn't get down.
Yeah.
I was like, if I wanted to watch John Wick, I'd watch John Wick.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I have a different expectation when I go watch a movie like that than I do when I'm trying to watch this movie. Yep. But nonetheless, though, I still love all the MCU films. That's been probably my bottom 5, bottom 3 for me.
Yeah. I would love for them to make a new Star Wars trilogy, but like closer to like the prequel.
So they were gonna make the Game of Thrones writers were signed and hired to make a trilogy of the Old Republic. Did you ever play the games Star Wars: The Old Republic?
I didn't, but I know that's the one they always remake.
So yeah, the game they're remaking
Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, so they're remaking it, or not remaking it, but they're re-releasing it or remastering.
Remaster, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The game's fucking dope. Play it.
Yeah,
you'll love it.
I'm gonna check it out.
But essentially, back in that time, there was an abundance of Jedi. So it's way before.
That's what I want to see. That's just what I was saying. Like, I want to see
massive lightsaber fights.
I want to see, for me, the spirit of like being a Jedi and stuff was like most displayed in the prequel trilogy. So that's why I like that one. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I would want to see one like that, but with an abundance of Jedi.
Okay.
Because I feel like that would be dope.
I'd fuck with that.
Like maybe distant into the future instead, where the Jedi slowly built back up over time.
Yeah, I don't know where it goes like in the future, but I know like previously, before like the Emperor and Darth Vader and all that, there was just like Sith everywhere. Yeah, and there was Jedi everywhere, and they just had these ginormous like
wars.
Imagine like a Lord of the Rings scene, but everyone has lightsabers.
Lightning going around.
It'd be so dope. It'd be so dope. There's just massive, wide scale. Like, imagine like the final battle like the
Avengers. That's what I was thinking.
Final battle in
like,
but everybody has a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Exactly.
It would be more dope than anything. There would be nothing
That's what
cooler
Star
than
Wars
that.
fans need.
Yes, we need that. We need that. So if you're watching, that's what we need.
Yeah, exactly. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Like, we need a ginormous battle scene with nothing but lightsabers all over the place.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of the prequels, we got one of the greatest fight scenes in all of movie history in the 3rd episode.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anakin, Obi-Wan.
So that's one of those things that Trayvon nerds out on. Mm-hmm. So he shows me like how they shot that scene, and a lot of people for the longest time thought that scene was sped up.
Really?
They didn't actually think that they were doing it, but Christian, the guy that plays Anakin, no, that's Obi-Wan. Something like that. Anyways. Those two guys, Ewan McGregor and the guy that plays Anakin, they did that fight scene.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. Like
Hayden Christensen, thank you. Mm-hmm. They did it. They did the whole full thing, not sped up. They were swinging the lightsabers that fast. Mm-hmm. They were doing all of that cinematography, choreography. That choreography is just fantastic. That fight scene is amazing,
legendary.
I kind of want to watch it. That fight scene is just so good.
Yeah,
and that's one of those things that he really nerds out on, and he makes me have a greater appreciation for that kind of stuff. Or like Christopher Nolan films, like The Dark Knight. Look, sorry MCU fanboys, there will never be an MCU movie until they get more practical. Yeah. Until they actually shoot in more real locations that will ever top The Dark Knight. Sorry.
Dark Knight was... Yeah.
The Dark Knight
is a classic.
Is not only the greatest superhero movie, but it's one of the greatest movies.
For sure.
Christopher Nolan is a wizard. Have you seen like Tenet? Did you watch Tenet?
Tenet? I don't know. I don't think I watched Tenet. Maybe not.
Tenet's brilliant. Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant movie. And Christopher Nolan's all about practicality. Mm-hmm. There's almost no CGI in The Dark Knight or any of the Batman trilogy. His trilogy. There's almost no CGI. Mm-hmm. So when, like, for instance, like in The Dark Knight, when they flipped that 18-wheeler with the Joker, he rented out that whole street and they flipped that 18-wheeler. Or when, like, the Batmobile jumps onto the highway or jumps into the cave.
The Batmobile, you know, when he's turning and it, like, the wheels, like, do some weird shit and it, like, revolves around the whole car.
That's probably the little bit of CGI.
I was going to say that probably because if that car exists, that was like the Tesla before the Tesla.
Right? But they built all of those, though.
Okay.
So they might have just CGI'd the wheels in that situation.
Yeah.
But the Batmobile was built.
Oh, okay.
The flying bat, that was built.
Okay.
They built all of those. So he takes, like, him and James Cameron are just on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Like, Avatar, so they've filmed the next 3 or 4 movies all at once.
Sheesh.
That's why it's taken so long for Avatar 2 to come out, because he filmed them all.
That's smart, though, especially if you want to use the same actors.
Yep. Just keep them and make it look the same.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And one thing that they were waiting for is the ability to film the majority of the movie underwater. Sheesh. So not like Aquaman, where it was all CGI water, which, in their defense, it looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
The movie was trash, but the special effects were pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
But Aquaman 2 comes out at the same time as Avatar 2 does next year.
Oh, man.
And James Cameron is
Battle of the Aquas.
He's going to blow them out of the water. No pun intended. It's
even just hype alone, like taking out the, you know, what each director did, but I'm sure he probably did.
Dude,
I'm sure he probably did an amazing job.
So Trayvon showed me set photos. They have this ginormous tank that's like 40 feet deep that they have filmed this movie in. And it's underwater. They found a way to film it actually underwater where you can still hear them, the whole 9 yards. And it's going to be...
The actors are underwater too?
Yes.
Sheesh.
So one thing about James Cameron is sometimes his acting team likes him. Sometimes they do not. Because, again, he doesn't use CGI, just like Christopher
Who else
Nolan.
is going to have you shooting underwater for extended periods of time?
So there's another movie he did in, like, the 80s or the 90s. Like, Aliens. Like, Aliens still holds up. Like, if you watch it, it still holds up.
Because the concept is so original.
Well, that and they didn't... He built everything. There's a scene in the movie where she's using the machine, and she's controlling this big machine to fight the alien.
Uh-huh.
And... behind the scenes, there are people. The alien is a puppet, and there's people moving it.
And then I was just recently reading about this.
And then also moving the machine, there's a bunch of people behind her that you can't see that are helping her move the machine because it's so hard to move the arms of it. And it was all actually done.
Right.
They didn't computerize anything. A, he couldn't back then, but B, they didn't computerize anything, and so they're actually doing it, and it still holds up to this day. When you watch the film, you're like, dude, this was made in the I think it's 76, something like that, and you're like, 70s, fuck,
exactly, this
looks good still. This looks better than some movies coming out today.
Exactly.
Like, damn. And
it's more entertaining because it is. Yeah, it just holds up. And, like you said, it
just holds up. And when a film holds up over 30, 40 years, that's fucking incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
They deserve all the accolades and all the...
Absolutely. Yeah. But his crew doesn't always like him because he's an absolute perfectionist, and he doesn't really use CGI at all. Yeah. And so he makes them do things that sometimes probably is not the most comfortable or like the most ideal, like making people stay underwater for a long period of time. Right. Or he said there was a scene where like a character was slapping another character, and he's like, "No, you're gonna actually slap the character. Like you're gonna slap. Back. Yeah, you're gonna slap the person." Yeah. And so like that's just how he runs his movies. Yeah. That's how he wants to do it, right?
I mean, shit, it works for him.
And look at him.
Yeah, it works out well.
He has like 3 of the top 5 or top 10 grossing movies of all time. So I mean, not to say that is the main goal, but people obviously enjoy what the fuck he puts out.
Exactly. And he's got the vision.
Avatar 2, man, coming out at the same time with Aquaman. I'm so sorry, Aquaman. I'm so sorry. Because we haven't seen anything from this movie. No trailer, no nothing yet. And he's keeping it under wraps. There hasn't been really any leaked photos or anything. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be awesome. So dope. And
so switching it up a little bit
go
though.
For it. We got, Yeah, we good. We got some time. Yeah, we got 15 minutes. Shoot for it. What you got?
I was just gonna ask, was there a high school reunion for you guys?
So it's this year.
Yeah.
So it's in November.
Oh, it's in November. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't think I'm going.
You don't think you're gonna go?
I don't know if for one, I can't take the day off. I think it's on a weekend, and I have no more days off.
Yeah.
And I'll also just be getting back from New York. I think it's November 11th to the 12th, and I'll just be getting back from work, and then that's Veterans Day weekend, and that's a mandatory weekend for us at work.
Okay.
And so I probably won't be going, but we will be talking about it on the next episode on Friday with Natasha, because she is one of the people who's kind of setting it up, as well as Elva. And so Elva talked about it as well. And she was like, why are you not going? It's your high school. I was like,
yeah.
I got this. If I want a reunion with you, we can do it here.
Yeah.
We can do it on this. We can do it on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
I
was just wondering. I was like, I knew y'all's is coming up because mine's is going to be the year after that. But I was like, I wonder all who's going. Like, is it really that?
I think a lot of people actually are going. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
They put on a pretty decent little event. I think it's like $25 a ticket or something.
Okay.
And they're putting on. It's ran just by the students. There's nobody else really putting this on.
Yeah.
And I think Gregory Newton, if you remember him, I think he's pretty big into it too. They did a Zoom call with everybody during the pandemic, or well, I guess we're still in the pandemic, but last year, they did a Zoom call with everybody, and they kind of were trying to figure out what they were going to do, et cetera, et cetera. And so I guess a lot of people kind of have their hand in it. So I would imagine it's pretty cool.
Okay.
But that's kind of one of those things.
I was wondering how involved like KHS people were going to be in that. That's what I was like.
That's kind of one of those things where my introvert really comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like ginormous group settings like that. Like I think about it, like weddings or whatnot, like my own personal wedding. I'm like, I don't know, 20 people maybe.
Yeah, I don't need a huge
20,
wedding.
30 people maybe. Like,
exactly.
Like, I don't really want.
I don't need the big ceremony, like all eyes on me type of thing.
How many of those people are you actually close with?
Exactly.
Like how many of those people actually, so to speak, with a lack of a better term, deserve to be there?
Right. Yeah.
Like how many people do I actually need there? Like my circle is not that big. Why do I need that many people there?
But then talking like that is where we get the introvert wave.
I know. It's true. It's true. It's like, but those big group settings. Yeah. Like I can do. Like, if I'm going out with a group of friends, 5-10 people, I'm chill. I'm cool.
Yeah.
But when it starts getting, like, these ginormous things, it gets too fake.
Yeah, exactly.
The conversations aren't...
It does get pretty contrived.
Aren't real.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to?
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
And it's, like, different variations of that. Like, what have you been up to?
And it's, like, it's a bunch of people that you may or may not care about. Or
been close with per se,
right? And we're all adults. I understand. Like if we don't talk for months, I don't take that shit personally.
Exactly.
We're all adults,
we all got things going on. Yeah.
But we've been cool since high school. We were cool in high school.
Yeah.
So like people that I was cool with then, or people that I know, I'm gonna be more inclined to do something like this. But then you just start running into people who you just recognize.
Right.
And then you're like, oh hey, how are you? Like, what do you do now?
And it's like you never even really knew them back then. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like I don't really need to know you now.
Yeah.
And that's the introvert in me. Like I can't do the small talk.
Yeah, for sure.
Small talk drives me up the wall.
Yeah. Let's get straight to your deepest, darkest desires and secrets.
Well, I want to have a genuine conversation. I want to have a genuine conversation, you know? And like when you run into Susie just walking around, like it's not real. Like you don't really care about how her day. I mean, sure, you hope she's having a good day.
Yeah, just as any person.
As a person, I hope you're having a good day.
Right.
But I don't necessarily care to hear about it.
In the details.
Exactly. Like, right. Yeah. Like I don't need to hear about what you did today at 2:00. I just need, hey, how you doing? Good. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. You ate breakfast? I did too.
Yeah. Right. You ran errands? So did I.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly.
Like so yeah, no. It is coming up though. And I hope they all have fun.
Yeah, for
sure. I hope it's fun. And then anybody, who wants to do this, I'm down to do this.
Yeah,
you come on here and talk about this.
Yeah, shit like that.
I'm down to do this, but you probably won't see me there. No, probably won't be there.
Well, it's not mine anyway. Well, I mean, I said, I was just comparing it to. I wonder if my class is gonna have one too. So
Probably.
But
2012 was pretty close-knit group too.
Yeah.
I feel like for us, 2011, at least, I guess this is my own perception because I'm part of class of 2011.
Yeah.
But we had one of the highest ever. I think we had maybe the highest ever college acceptance class out of Killeen.
Yeah.
I think 96% of us got accepted. So I think like 96% of us out of, I think I graduated with 700 people. We all got accepted to college.
Yeah.
And that was cool. So I feel like 2011 was a pretty close-knit group. Like we were all pretty dope with each other. Like the 2011 class, I feel like I keep up with a good amount of people from that class.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I keep up with people who graduated a few years before us and after. But mostly from people from my class.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Like you said earlier, it's just cool to see all the different paths people took.
Yeah.
The different avenues
that's the
to
main
do
thing.
certain
That would be
things.
like the only reason that I would go, but
Right.
Yeah.
But the people you want to link up with, you can link up with on social media.
Exactly.
Or like you can chat it, or you probably already follow them on social media, so you kind of already have an idea of what they've been kind of up to.
Yeah.
And you be lurking. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I see you,
Just
I
another
see
thing
you.
that I feel like is not really so important, or people put such a emphasis on like going to a high school reunion. It's
Yeah.
I just knew it was coming up. I was like, oh yeah, yours is coming up this year. So
Seems
I was
like
like
kind of more of like a small town kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like if you graduated
exactly.
with like 100 people.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit more manageable. We graduated with 700 people. Like how many of those people am I actually gonna really know?
Exactly. Yeah.
I might recognize somebody, but then it's always awkward when you don't recognize somebody
And they recognize you.
and you're supposed to, and you're like, oh
Like,
yeah.
hey!
So, but yeah, you gonna go, or would you go if they put one on?
Possibly if it lined up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the same thing too. I mean, if it was a different time, maybe.
Yeah, like if it's just like, oh yeah, I'm not doing anything this day, but yeah,
Not gonna break my neck over it. I'm not gonna change around my schedule in order to make it. Kind of thing.
Exactly,
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Hell yeah, dude. Go ahead, tell everybody where they can find you. If they want to do real estate with you, you have an email or whatever it is that they can get in contact with you, or even if it's just Instagram or whatever. Tell everybody where they can find you, how they can look you up.
All right, y'all can find me on Instagram, Stay Dangerous 21st Sin, short for century. You can email me. I'll put the link in there. You can book me for DJing. I can find a house or an apartment for you. It's whatever y'all want to do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, again, I really appreciate you making this drive.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. I appreciate the flexibility on the time. I appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure, man.
We didn't really talk about
catching up.
Yeah, we didn't really talk too much about high school, but we were always cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
We were always cool. It was kind of cool because we had the same group of people in the biology class and the chemistry class back-to-back years, and it was like the same niche of people. And like we were all cool with each other, but we kind of all butt heads. We were kind of like a dysfunctional science family. Like we were all kind of
our science class was lit.
It was lit. Miss Ramirez's class was
lit. The chemistry teacher, I forgot her name.
I can't remember her name, but she was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. Definitely learned more in chemistry than I did biology, for sure. No offense, Miss Ramirez, but I didn't learn shit in that class.
Hell yeah. I remember always just goofing off, man. Just always goofing off.
We stayed clowning in that class. Like, I don't remember nothing productive. I do remember one time, quick story.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember one time we were dissecting something, and someone splashed the juice that it was in it might have been Quincy's mouth. I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't think it was on purpose. But I remember just all you heard was just, and then like I was like, ugh,
instantly. That's crazy.
I think he made it to the trash can, but ugh,
that's crazy.
I remember that. I don't know. It was fun, man. Clean. Yeah. I wouldn't change it for anything. I loved going to Killeen High. Man. I wouldn't change it.
Like,
it was so much fun.
Just going around to other high schools, I'm like, man, like we had it made in there. Like
we really did.
Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut and the cafeterias and stuff. Like, you don't just, unless it's like a super rich school, you don't just go to other schools like that. So,
it's true.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see myself going to any other school in the city.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't go to Harker. That would probably be my least favorite. And then Shoemaker. And then maybe Ellison would have been a decent alternative.
Decent, yeah.
But anybody I met from the other schools, I was like, I just feel more comfortable with my people in Killeen.
Yeah, for sure.
Like at Killeen High versus the other schools.
Where was that?
Yeah. But hell yeah, dude.
Even I tell just random people to be like, oh, a kangaroo. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, the kangaroo.
It's like people just know it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, this girl the other day, one of the girls in my Muay Thai class, she was like, oh yeah, my high school just beat the shit out of Killeen. I was like, whoa, hold up. There's 5 schools there, or 4 now. The 5th one's almost done. Mm-hmm. Which school? And she was like, Ellison. I was like, well, that ain't me. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
I was a kangaroo. That wasn't me. Hey, chill.
On my middle school, Fairway, they shut it down.
Oh, damn.
They used to call it the most ghetto middle school in Killeen.
Hey, we had fun though, man.
Yeah.
Killeen was nuts.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, we were much more, I guess,
we had the spirit, man.
We had the spirit of much more than like the other schools, and I feel like we didn't I feel like within the group there was much more camaraderie at our high school compared to at least what I've heard about the other schools. Mm-hmm. And so that was cool. It's something I'll forever enjoy.
And we still got it going.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Nice to catch up.
Absolutely,
with you.
Dude. Appreciate you. All right, guys. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Boom.